Well, what's up, you filthy animals? Happy friggin' Valentine's Day. We're about to get it poppin'. I'm not gonna get sucked behind the wall of messages. I'm just gonna start wherever I see the top of the chat. We're gonna go ahead and get this on the road. Let's go. Is the mic hot? Is it hot? Are things working? The technical difficulties lately have been stacking up. I just can't seem to get it right. But today, before the live stream, I checked my connection. I checked the hardware. I checked the software. I did a sound check. I did a smell test. We're good. We're good there. My friends, I don't know what you filthy animals are doing here instead of with your, significant others. No judgment. I'm here too. We're here for a good time, not a long time tonight, baby. And you know what? It's good to be live. It's good to be live. I had to go live. I can't promise a 2-hour live stream tonight. I can't. But we're gonna be here for a good time, not a long time. What have I been up to lately? Finally released another episode on this guy right here. This is the Devo Saloon. The Devo Saloon. The video is live. It's live, it's revved, it's raring, whatever that means, it's raring. It's raring and ready to go. Go watch it. Go watch it. We'll be here when you get back. Guys, it's Saturday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and that means that it's time to Spartan kick the like button. Let YouTube know that we're live, baby. I would greatly appreciate that. New review out on the Devo Saloon. That is the latest. More to come very soon on another knife from another friend who runs a channel who also designs knives. Tempest Tornado. That's going to be dropping soon as well. Keep your eyes peeled for that. What was in my pocket? I'm so glad you asked. Nobody asks. They're like, he's just going to tell us. If you couldn't tell by the waiting screen, I've been really digging this guy right here. This is the Hinderer Jurassic. Satin finish with dragon scales. Oh, man, I love this knife. I love it. I friggin' love it. Am I going to make you wait for the review? No, I love it. If you can get one. But I don't know if they're ever going to drop them again. I don't know. It's been like 6 or 7 years since last time. Prior to this previous time. The other knife that I carried in my pocket today, for those of you not in the Only Spartans Discord who didn't know, was this guy right here. And we're going to talk about this today. This is, that edge looks great, right? That's because it's my edge. This is a new acquisition. This is the American Blade Works slip joint. A knife which I haven't heard anyone say anything negative about this knife. And I've been teasing my feelings on this one recently because I've mentioned in the last couple live streams, like, I love this knife. I've been carrying it all the time. But it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag, and I'm going to talk about it tonight because I don't think I'm going to get my review out on time for the next drop of these. And apparently somebody commented, I forget who it was, but somebody commented after my last live stream and said, are you going to get the slip joint review out soon? Because they're like, DLT is having another drop of the diamond textured version of this. And they're super popular. Everyone says amazing things. I love it enough to carry it. It serves a very specific purpose. But I'm kind of disappointed in the fact that nobody seems to talk about the downsides. So I'm going to mention it. I'm going to say this. Not like, I love this knife. I would still carry it. I carry it all the time. It's been a go-to since I got it. Super slicey geometry. But the amount of smoke people blow, it just kind of bothers me. And if it was just this knife, if it was just this model, I'd be like, whatever. I probably just got one that needed some love. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you're the lucky lottery winner of something that never went through a process called quality control. Except I've bought 4 American Blade Works knives now in the last couple of years. We'll talk about it. Because I'm not going to get my review out on time. Apparently some people are waiting for my opinion. Like that's ever stopped anyone. Let's be honest. Guys, I've been monologuing now for a minute. What's up? Welcome into Marco. Good to see you, Marco. Henry G.
I'm not retarded, but I like
says,
rocks.
forget about the hot sauce. I took some from before the live. You guys don't want to make a grown man cry on YouTube on Valentine's Day, do you? This isn't the Notebook. No tears in here today. No tears. Happy friggin' Valentine's Day. And welcome into my man, Top Dog. Top Dog, what's up, dude? Says, smells like Rollshambo Live. It's the fragrance. It's the fragrance of rocks. What's up, Joe? Welcome into Skull. R&R Steve. I'm going to say hi to a few people who got here first. Then I'm going to skip to the bottom, guys, because I get stuck saying hi to everyone and answering comments from like 15 minutes ago. So I hope I don't miss anybody. TC Blades, I hope we see you, dude. If not, I understand. I know how it is. We'll catch you on the flip side. Hopefully you're still here. I don't know. Maybe we'll catch you on the replay. Shout out to everybody who watches the lives on replay. If that's you, I know you can't comment in the chat because you're not here yet. Leave a comment. I read them. Let's go. Top Dog says, I'll be flicking my new Zippo with a butane insert on one hand and a Spyderco Para 2 Salt in the other. That's always a top carry, man. What's up, Brad? Good to see you, dude. Welcome into Neil McKenzie. I'm going to say hi to a few more people, and then we're going to drop down to the bottom. Top Dog says, I told Alexa to remind me about the live. She said, this is a reminder, Rue Shampoo. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. Stuff is happening. I'm going to drop down to the oh, man. You guys are too kind. First of all, Bradford Mitchell with the $5 super. Hold on. He says, stay hydrated, by the way. He says, happy Valentine's Day to you and your imaginary life in imaginary Idaho. Hope you at least get lucky. I'm always lucky. Always lucky. It depends on the hand and the night and whether or not, you know what, we're just not going to go there. What's up, Ian Coates? Thank you for the $10 super. He says, don't tell Cole, but here's a 10 spot for the voice he wishes he had. Thanks, man. I don't have to tell Cole anything. Cole does the voice for he's created a persona that works very well, and he's done videos with his regular voice, and people seem to love that too. It's just the theme of his channel. So shout out to Cole. Shout out to the success that he's seen. Shout out to you, Ian, and thank you again for the $10 super.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Appreciate it, dude. Warrior Guild says wire clips and raisins. Henry says the dreaded keeping in touch with yourself. Yeah, that's the truth. Oh, man. Anyways, welcome into Ed B. says, well, that was $10 less towards the reverse tux tomorrow. Thanks, man. I appreciate the support, Ian. You know that. Hey, congrats, dude. Ronald Dobbins picked up a Machine-Wise Sonora. That's fantastic. I need to get one. I only have the Mojave. Poor me. Hey, look, I have a very long, expensive, despicable list of things that cost stupid money that are they're so satisfying. It's a list. It's an ongoing list, and the Sonora is on that list. Love my Mojave. Mojave's best knife to be released in 2025, and I'll stand on that opinion. Jim Miller? Did I miss Jim? What's up, Jim? How's your Valentine's Day going, man? Hope everything's going well. Welcome into Paperclip. Welcome into Craig Vincent. Ian says, this guy reading chats promptly? Yeah, I just skipped to the bottom. It's like, listen, sometimes you just got to skip to the bottom. What's up, Brody? He says, Cole's regular voice is like a Keebler elf. It's, you know what it is? It's really not a Keebler elf. It's just the contrast between his regular voice and the modified voice. So I say hi to Fred. What's up, Fred? Welcome in. Welcome into David the Fifth. Welcome into Steve. He says, been asleep most of the day, but I'm here for the stream. We're here for it, dude. Glad you could join us today. Fred says, I have a very long list of expensive stuff too, and I love to buy more, but I'm thinking about holding off a bit and only getting the true grails. I have learned something. So here's what happens, okay? Like, you start in the collecting hobby, like something lights the fire. And all of a sudden, you want it all. You want it all. The less expensive stuff, the more expensive stuff. And some people, I'll say this, some people have more of a disposable income than others. And they just, they buy everything. Most other people don't. And so what will happen is they get the stuff that is less expensive at first. They start getting a lot of it, thinking, oh, you know what, this one's only $80. One's only $120. This one's only $300. At least I'm not spending $800. And then at the end of a month or two, they look at their collection and they're like, holy crap. Yeah, that was only $100. Yeah, that was only $80. But then they start adding up the price tags and they're like, this is why I don't have that really expensive one that I would love to have, but I just told myself I couldn't have it and instead told myself I could have all of these other ones. And so then they sell off their less expensive stuff. They start buying just the expensive stuff. And then you get to a point, or at least this is what's been true for me, is you get to a point where you start to look at the less expensive stuff and you're like, I kind of miss that. I kind of miss the feeling of not having a heart attack every time, falls out of my pocket when I get out of the car. Kind of miss the fact that I could enjoy those things. Not everything that's worth having costs a lot. And not everything that costs a lot is worth having. And that's something that I think is really important. And a good highlight for that, I said I was going to drop the bomb on this guy right here. This is the this one right here. This is the American Blade Works slip joint. This knife has been in my pocket every single day since it came in. It's a $160 knife. $160 hype knife. People went absolutely freaking nuts. American made titanium, MagnaCut, cryo treat. It's $160. We told you could make it cheaper. That's what they said. They said, we told you could make it cheaper. Gosh, all these American makers taking advantage of people. Look, American Blade Works does it, and this is what pisses me off. People immediately just see a spec sheet, right? They see a materials list and they say, well, American Blade Works can do it. Why can't Prince Customs do it? Why can't Medford do it? Why can't Hinderer do it? Why can't, why? Because they're not really seeing the point. This is a good knife. I want to get that out of the way. This is a good knife. But there are issues, man. There were issues. Nothing that would keep me from wanting to carry it or use it or even buy another one. But it bothers me. People just want to blow smoke and say, oh, it's the most amazing knife ever. But in reality, you get what you pay for. And that is small batch. but not the highest level of tolerances, not the highest level of quality. The finish work is not one of those things where I could point to this and say, see, American Blade Works does it. Why can't everybody else? Because the fact of the matter is that while this is a good knife and while this is definitely worth buying, the QC for American Blade Works is bad. And it's been bad ever since I started buying them. I'll give you an example. I've had a Model 1, a button lock, a Model 2, and now this one is the fourth one. This one is the slip joint, right? 3 out of 4 of those had blade centering issues. Out of the box. The button lock one had the worst lock stick that I've ever encountered in the history of me buying knives. It was bad. And it was due to a design choice. I had to fix it myself by putting in a spring from a cheap button lock knife. One of the 3 knives that had bad blade centering could not be centered no matter what blade centering tricks I used. It just couldn't. Now, specifically on this point, and the reason why I'm breaking on this right now is because I mentioned this in the last live stream, and somebody commented and said, hey, are you going to get your review out on time before the next drop? And I probably won't, because the next drop is Tuesday on DLT. They're doing a diamond textured, which looks really freaking cool. And I'm telling you right now, if you're excited about that, go and buy one. They're $160. You're supporting American maker. Mike Martin is a good man. He feeds his family off of that. I'm going to try to get one. That said, we need to be realistic about what we're getting here. So for example, I don't know if I can get this to focus. The grind is not even on this. This is a beautiful hollow grind. It's very thin behind the edge. I want to say it's like 15, maybe 14 thousandths behind the edge. Stupidly slicey. But if you look at the geometry, I'm going to try to, when I do my review, I'll take a video, but it's uneven, right? And this is a 3D milled blade. So why? The edge was burnt. There were burrs, and there still is actually a burr right here on the sharpening choil that's unfinished. The back spacer, back lock, is not flush. It could be. And when I got this one, not only was the blade not centered, but it had blade play. And slightly tightening the pivot didn't make the blade centering get better. There are many good things about this knife that make me want to carry it every day. I already put my own edge on here. 15-degree edge on this bad boy. The burnt edge that was on there stock, gone. Doesn't matter. I sharpen my knives. A lot of other people do too. It slices like a freaking dream. Feels good in the hand. It's a small knife that you can carry with you to do your basic EDC tasks. And it looks good. But the finish work on here is not, it's not what you're going to find, for example, on a Hinderer that costs, you know, like this one is like a $600 knife. So on one hand, Mike Martin is a really, really cool guy. He always helps his customers, but his finish work is not like it's not up there with the companies that everyone says, well, American Blade Works can do it. Why can't you? Because they're doing the little things that make the quality difference. Not to say that Hinderers haven't had issues, not to say that other companies don't have issues. I just think that it's important to be realistic. And that's something that I wanted to talk about. Now, on top of that, the other thing that really bothered me on the slip joint, and you could see it if you look at my Instagram, this one came with a pivot that had a burn mark on it. Had a burn mark on it. Right there at the top. Yeah, right there at the top. Doesn't wipe off, doesn't go away. If you look at my Instagram pictures, you can see it. How does that happen? Like, how do you put a knife in a box with an unfinished pivot? Like, I get it. Maybe you don't care about blade centering as long as it works. That's the way some makers feel about it. But how do you not notice that? Why do I have to bring it up? Anyways, Mike Martin, super cool guy. He replaced the pivot. And you know what? The blade centering issue on this went away. Like I was able to kind of get it there like 80% of the way, maybe 90% of the way before he replaced the pivot. But after I put the new pivot in here, all of a sudden, perfectly centered. It doesn't fix all the little issues, but all the other little issues wouldn't keep me from buying this knife. It wouldn't keep me from buying it again. But I will say this, every single American Blade Works knife that I've purchased has had quality control issues. It's one thing to say, well, you know what, like it's one man in a shop. But when you pay, like one of the benefits of small batch is that there is more control over the process. Less hands mean that one person that's working on it has more control. And so it bothers me when you have little things like that, like a burn mark on a pivot that, I mean, did Stevie Wonder do the quality control? I don't know, man. Like, I like the knife. Uneven grind, burnt edge bevel, burnt pivot, a little rough around the edges, but it's $160. It's a good knife. Am I going to go for the diamond textured one on Tuesday? Yeah. Look, it cuts fantastic. But we can stop talking about why, well, American Blade Works can do it. Why can't everybody else? Because everybody else is doing those little things, at least more frequently to a higher degree. So shout out to Mike Martin for being a good dude, for standing behind his product, for sending me a new pivot out of no, like he didn't even question it. He's just like, yeah, send me your address. I'll take care of it. It took him a little while, but I get why that's not a top priority for him. And I don't want to blast his company, but I just want to be honest and clear in a way that I don't see a lot of other channels being, because everyone else just wants to glaze them up. Like, oh, this is amazing. Like, you know, like, I don't know, like this right here could be better, but oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's like, there's room for improvement, but we don't have to sugarcoat it. We don't have to act like it's perfect when it's not. And if you were to compare the quality of this to anything, I would say that it's going to be on the quality of a lot of handmade customs, where you're going to have those other little things that don't make it perfect, that don't make it a regular production knife. And that you can still enjoy that knife. That's still a knife with a lot of character. I could have sent this back to DLT when I got it, but I didn't because I liked it. I'm probably going to get another one. But I just want to be realistic. If you get one, don't be shocked if it's not perfect. But also don't be afraid to reach out to Mike Martin if it's not, because he is willing to help his customers. I just wish that he had a little bit better quality control. And on that bombshell, I've missed super chats, I've missed anniversaries, so I'm going to go back up. Hold on. Shout out to David the Fifth. New member. I thought you've been here before. I'm going to have to scroll up. I've been getting a lot of weird glitches lately where it says new member, but it's actually an anniversary. Hold on. Ian says, roll shitting on American Blade Works takes me out of this live. I don't care, dude. It's my opinion. And if people don't like that, that's their problem. But I've had four knives with quality control issues, and that's just the truth. I keep buying them because I believe in what he's doing. I support the maker, and I see him making improvements. But like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like there's no quality control, or he doesn't know to look for those things. And why would he when nobody is talking about it? And I know that if I've had four knives with QC issues in a row, I'm not the only one. So, not trying to bag on his company. Obviously, I didn't send this back. I like it. Planning on getting another one. I just think we need to be honest about some of the quality stuff. Because doing things like making sure blades are centered, like you don't have rough milling lines that have burrs on them, that doesn't cost any extra money. It doesn't. But I think that it's important that we talk about that, because what happens when the next person buys one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one? Like, if I don't speak honestly about American makers the way that people claim we should speak honestly about Chinese makers. What are we doing? It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Hold on. R&R Steve says American Blade Works is on my slip list. I'll tell you what, after putting a 15 degree per side edge bevel on this bad boy, I did 180, 400, 600, and 1,000. And then I stropped on 1 micron and a half micron. Screaming sharp. Screaming sharp. Very, very good. RR22, what's up, man? He says, I'm out. Slip joints aren't for me. Child's knife later. Hey, it's all good, man. All right. Hold on. Hold on. What's up, Warrior Guild? It says, currently only have 2 single blades, Vampire Jack, Surge Slip 4. Recommend both for sure. Yeah, you know, I'm not huge on slip joints either, but I do like them for secondary carry. This one has been my go-to for a secondary carry. I put a semi-mirror polish on this guy. It's a traditional pocket knives QSP Hedgehog. So it's got camo carbon fiber. And it's stupidly slicey. Really good walk and talk for those who care about walk and talk. But it's also $150. And I think you can still buy these. Really deep hollow grind on there. I love it, man. All right. What's up, Blaze Shooter? Good to see you, man. Staten Island. What's up, man? He says, hey, Rolls, I got the American Blade Works V2 slip joint a few days ago. It's nice. I could nitpick just like I could nitpick on the Model 1 button lock, but I won't. I actually had to send my Model 1 back to Mike. I'll say this, he's really great to work with. He will take care of people, which is good to see. One of the things that confuses me is this. It confuses me that he has, so if you look at his warranty, and the warranty is important because that's the maker standing behind their product. Given the QC issues that he's had, that warranty is important. So what confuses me is that in his warranty on his site, he says he will not replace screws, but he uses, either he makes those screws in-house or he doesn't list the dimensions. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about in my video. But if you're not going to include hardware in your warranty service, it should mean that you are willing or capable to provide hardware specs so that your customers can go out and buy their own hardware. A good example of this, recently released, and I say recently, semi-recently, the new edition of the Spyderco smock with the larger pivot, right? If you look online, as of, I want to say it was like 6 months ago, you couldn't find the larger pivot. I ran into an issue where I was dumb. I used a T8 driver on this, and I semi-stripped the pivot screw. If you watch my original review on the Shadow smock, the black aluminum scale version, loved it. But when I tried to take it apart, I semi-stripped that pivot screw because I thought it was T8, but it wasn't. I've wised up. Now I use a T10 on this guy and it's perfect. But I reached out to Spyderco and they're like, yeah, we don't have extra hardware yet. but keep an eye on these retail sites because we'll let you know when we have the spare hardware in stock. But chances are these retail sites will get the hardware before we do because of our competitors in China. Like that's Spyderco saying, you know, here's the retail sites where you're going to be able to buy this stuff. That's crazy to me. But that's one of those things where if you're not going to be able to provide the hardware, you should be able to point people to where they can. Now, full disclosure on this, when I was fixing the blade centering before I got the pivot replaced, I did end up stripping one of the T7 screws. T7 is a weird size. It's a little bit better than T6, but not as good as T8. It's like if you have to take the knife apart a bunch to service it, you might end up stripping a screw. I have a T7 bit, but that's what caused me to reach out to him in the first place, because I wasn't going to raise a hullabaloo about the burnt pivot. I was just going to polish off the pivot and call it a whatever. But I reached out to him because I was like, his site says he won't replace stripped screws. Totally get that. That makes sense. Where can I get replacement screws? What are the dimensions? He didn't give me the dimensions. He just sent me more hardware, which is great because I didn't have to buy it. But it made me wonder, if you're not going to warranty the hardware, why wouldn't you give people the dimensions so they can go get it? It doesn't make a lot of sense. But shout out to him for doing it anyways, because he didn't have to. Because I was the idiot that stripped the screw, so that was on me. And I didn't ask him to replace it, he just offered. So that was cool. That was really cool. Anyways, I was going to save that for a video, guys, but people have been asking me to come out with my thoughts on it because there's a drop coming. And full disclosure, I am going to try to get in on it. Hold on. It is happening. And I have to say, this looks like probably one of the best milling patterns that you can get on a slip joint, on an American Blade Works slip joint. Still only $159. Absolutely worth the price. Absolutely worth the price. I would say put a 15-degree edge bevel on this guy. It'll work really, really freaking well. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I have a feeling these are going to sell out. These with the 45-degree angle milling, they hung around for like, I want to say 2 or 3 days, which was the longest I'd ever seen one hang around. Probably based on all the hype. But this one, I have a feeling is going to sell out pretty quick. Hold on. Hey, shout out to Major Powell, who's been a channel member for 15 months. Says, what mic do you use? Roll. Cheers, bro. Stay frosty. I use it's called a Logitech Blue Sona, I want to say. Logitech Blue Sona. Hold on. I'll pull it up for you. It's no big secret. I'm happy to share my hardware on Valentine's Day. I got to stop saying stuff like that today. All right. Logitech Blue Sona. Yeah, this guy right here. It's a really good mic. It's a nice alternative to something like a SM7B for those of you who are into audio recording. It records a really nice flat tone. And so what's really nice about this microphone is that it records a flat, neutral soundstage or sound profile. And so that what that means is that when you go and you connect it to, say, like a soundboard, because this is an XLR microphone, so it can't just plug into the computer. I can't just plug this into my phone. You have to plug it into an interface that then plugs into your computer. That's how it records off the computer. So when you do that and you go to EQ your voice profile, you have much greater control. Kind of like how when photographers take photos, they take it in a very flat, neutral color setting, because when they go to edit it, they want to have more control over the color of the photo. It allows them to create a better profile with color. Same thing with audio. And it's one of the reasons why I really like this guy right here, the Logitech Bluestone. I've been using it for a couple of years now. Yeah, 100% can recommend. Anyways, keep your eyes peeled for this one, guys. If you're at all interested, buy it. If you don't like it, turn around, sell it on secondary. I guarantee you, if you buy it and you don't like it, you can get your money back for it, either by returning it to DLT or by selling it on the secondary. I'm going to go for it. We're going to see. I like the knife. I really like the knife. And I'd love to see a second example of this model. So anyways, I wanted to share it with you guys because people were asking. Again, not trying to down on Mike Martin's business. I think what he's doing is great. I would like to see a little bit better quality control. And on that bombshell, we're going to get to it. What's up, Redhead Tiffany? Good to see you. Welcome in. Warrior Guild says, hey, just calling out a brother in the hobby. Just here for knife talk. Going a little far is all. Spread the love, not foul language. Did the chat get spicy? Did the chat get spicy? It might have. Some people have strong opinions, and that's okay. What's up, Gizmillion? Good to see you, man. Joe's Garage says, my American Blade Work Model 1 button lock also had button stick issues. Easy fix on that. If it's the same thing that caused mine, what caused mine was the conical spring that was used in the initial couple batches, the first couple batches of the Model 1 button lock. It was conical, and it would warp after use, after not that many uses. So if you were to look at a regular button lock, the spring behind the plunge button is just, it looks kind of like a, like a click pen spring. If you have a cheap button lock, go cannibalize the spring from there, or go on Amazon and look for button lock springs. I tried 4 or 5 different ones. They all worked, and none of them had that issue. I did reach out to Mike after I figured that out, and I let him know. And at that point, he was already planning on using different springs. So newer versions shouldn't have that issue. All right. All right. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Says, I'd love to see more fixed blade content, to be honest. Fixies are great. They are also not the preferred content of 95% of my audience. Listen, I've got some good fixed blades, but they don't get a lot of playtime. So check it out. This is one of my favorite fixed blades. This is the Transparent Knives Doodle, made by Brian over at Transparent Knives. Small batch, super thin, slicey hollow grind. Magna cut at 65 Rockwell. Like, he made this, and this is awesome. Stupidly slicey. Comes with this with this custom sheath tailored by Cortez. So he had these sheaths custom made. Super good for EDC carry. I actually need to sharpen it. I've gone through a few thousand feet of cardboard. Really comfortable, easy to carry. You don't feel like you're Crocodile Dundee when you walk into the local Walmart. Love it. Absolutely love it. But the sad truth is that fixed blade content has a certain demographic. And I would say that the majority of people that watch my channel are not there for fixed blades. So while I like them, I have to keep in mind that a lot of people that watch aren't really in that same vein. What's up, Michael? Good to see you, dude. All right. Fred says, I definitely do not enjoy fixies. I was just given a tack knife small Marlin. Pretty cool, but still not something I would carry in New York. Yeah, New York has some pretty strict carry laws from what I've heard. You got to be super careful. A lot of the knife law cases that are used as horror stories seems like they happen in New York. There was a situation. I read up on this because a couple years ago, I was really getting into the different knife laws, the states, like what's legal, what's illegal, what do people get away with. There's a lot of states that have knife laws that they just do not enforce. And you got to be careful in those states because they don't enforce them unless they need to have something else to put on you. And then they might. So it's kind of like, don't be an idiot in those states. And generally nobody cares. But in New York specifically, they've had some really bad instances of people running afoul of the law. In one case, this guy had a regular button lock folder. So no, it wasn't even a button lock. I'm sorry. No, it was a liner lock. He had a regular liner lock knife, and the police officer, when he saw he had a knife on him, the police officer said, "I need to see your knife. I need to make sure, like whatever." He takes the knife and he does like a gravity check on it. Everyone knows that there's a lot of knives that don't have detents strong enough to actually withstand I call it a gravity check, but it's like when you check the detent, right? Like, of course I can't do it on this one. Like that. I didn't actuate it. Technically, it was inertia. Well, now it's a gravity knife. And because that was a recorded instance, it met the criteria for the officer to charge that person. Like, that's horrifying to me, man. That is horrifying to me. Anyways, that's kind of off topic with what we were talking about with fixed blades. But when you say you wouldn't carry it in New York, I don't blame you. All right. What's up, Rob? Good to see you, dude. Welcome in. Retro Ryan in the house says, oh man, there's a lot of conversations going on right now. Anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and get into the pocket check, guys. It's not going to be a super long live stream tonight. Like many of you, I have a significant other, and I may have promised them an hour live stream. But I felt like going live was better than not going live. So we're going to go ahead and get to the pocket check. What did I carry today? Carried Hinderer Jurassic with the dragon scales, and a knife that we just got done talking about, causing a lot of spicy conversations in the chat, the American Blade Works slip joint. I'm not a slip joint guy. I'm not. But I do have a few, these two right here. And I got to say, as far as box destroyer 9000 type knives go, I would take either one of these over a regular utility blade any day of the week. And all right, this is the Only Spartans Discord. What is this? It's a community where you can join by being a channel member. You can come in, you can have your pocket check featured on the live stream. We have a knife yard sale channel. We have a regular chat channel. We have daily carry channel. That's today's carry. Yeah, it's just a community. If you'd like to join, consider becoming a channel member. Channel memberships start as little as 99 cents. But that is entirely up to you. Let's go ahead and see what the Spartans are carrying today. All right, Nick says, Valentines carry showing off some grinds and milling the Riot Mantis and the Evo. Man, I love that Evo. It's been on my list for a while. I keep seeing the Riot Mantis too. Bradford Mitchell. That's a flex, dude. That's a flex. Says, choosing my mini FSDI since I broke down and pre-ordered a Cortex XL yesterday. That's gorgeous. I love the Craig Browns that have the inlays on them. You don't see them as much because they're already expensive, and that makes it very expensive. My Cortex XL is one of my favorite knives. Beautiful, beautiful blade. All right, and the Pons is carrying an AZUSA Cochise and a Paramilitary 2. Very nice. By the way, shout out to Marco, who's been a channel member. It says new member. I got to fix that glitch. He's been a channel member for 14 months.
This is Sparta!
All right. Stonewall. Stonewall's got a Caveman in 20 CV and a Dino in S90V. A Dino? I'm not familiar with this one. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not familiar with either of those, but I've seen this one before. Dino? Stonewall? Who makes that? Is that a Tuya? Is that the Tuya logo? Tuya Dino. Yeah. Hey, I called it. No, that's the Caveman. Wait. Designed by Caveman. Okay. Caveman's the designer, aka Jesse Pauley. Okay. There you go. I like it, man. I'm a big fan of harpoon style blades. Harpoons are cool. I like it. All right. Craig Vincent, he's got Cold Steel 5 Max, Cold Steel Recon 1, Cold Steel Engage, the Paramilitary 2, and which Spyderco is this? I'm not familiar with this Spyderco right there. Not familiar with that one. Very cool, though. Retro Ryan. He's got a Devo Saloon with the Sagai, huh? Nice, man. Is that a... What inlay is that? I didn't familiarize myself with all of the different saloons, but I know that they did quite a lot of different exclusives. This one's the White Mountain Knives exclusive with the electric blue camo carbon. The Sagai is cool. It makes me think it might be Urban Cutlery. Is that Urban Cutlery? I don't know. Gizmalian's got a Devo Growler XL, Kunwu Gringo, TRM Neutron, Medford Slim Midi, and a, there you go, the Lucky Cat Shinrin. Solid cologne. I'm here for it, man. Slim Midi is on my, it's also on my hit list. The thing about these is that a lot of the ones that are out there are either super basic or they're hiding a flat grind. And I'm going to tell you, from a collector standpoint and just personal preference, and I know a lot of people see it the same way, which is why a lot of the flat ground versions are still out there. The hollow grind is the way to go. It just aesthetically, it looks better. It's going to be thinner behind the edge. But a lot of the ones that are out there right now are super basic, or they're older, or they're like PVD coated and you can't really tell if they're hollow ground or not. It's on my list. I'm going to have to get one of these guys. Very nice. Tommy T says, very good knife company tradition junior, Gen 3. A Badger Claw leather pocket sheath, benchmade 940. There you go. There's some fixed blade action. I like it, man. Ed B. Pan pizza knife, baby. There you go. Of course, he's got the CLK2D. That's the Chapman Lake Knives drop point button lock. You have put that thing through the ringer. Damn. Look at all the wear on that thing. Talk about American-made companies. Chapman Lake Knives. They make one hell of a knife. One hell of a knife. Really beautiful hollow grind on that too. Ed's not afraid to get his hands dirty with the CLK2D. Ooh, this one's gorgeous. Prince Protean. Is that custom ano job? The honeycomb? All right. Quick question, guys. Full deployment hole or partial, like on this one? I think I prefer a partial. I just think the partial where it's not completely all the way through just has a better look to it. I know a lot of people prefer the full hole be milled, but for me, I think that the blade looks a little bit better without a fully drilled deployment hole. There we go. That's a nice one. For those who didn't know, Prince Customs is doing a drop tomorrow, but I believe you have to be a member of their Facebook group. New milling pattern on the handle scales. Should be cool. Warrior Guild's got the SOG Power Light, Power Leader, the Hawk Talon. That's a good one. Bassnelli Brass Reaper Big Case. Nice, man. The Power Leader. Okay, I get it. Because their other popular one's the Power Pint. I see what they did there. And you've got the titanium hawk. That's the one everyone's jonesing after lately, is the titanium hawk deadlock. No, not the deadlock, sorry. Talon. That's nice. TC blades. Ooh. Is that a Spectre or a Morpheus? I want to say that's the Morpheus. Or is it a Spectre? Not sure about the Hermans. I always get them wrong. But that is nice, man. Nice shot right there. Gas station knives. You know I'm never going to get that. What is that? I have no idea what that is. You're going to have to help me out here. What is that? Let us know in the chat. What is that? I have no idea. I've never seen that knife before. But it's crazy, man. What is that? Is that the pocket clip? What is going on? It's kind of steampunkish, kind of new age. All right. I have no idea what it is. And then you got this one. Is that what makes that? CPM 154. Yeah. I was never going to guess any of those. Big Jim, he's got a Kunwu Excalibur and a nice stake. Look at that. Look at that nice stake. Aaron D2 with the HMC Transient. This isn't the same one that you were selling, was it? I know Aaron's got or at least he had a Transient up on Blade Binge for sale, which if you guys are looking for a better price on that, he has been posting them in the Knife Yard Sale channel. Let's see. Does he still have it? He does. Wait. HMC Transient? Hold on. Yes, here it is. All right. So this is the one he's selling. I'm just going to bring some attention to this. If you're looking for a Transient, this is going to be a better deal than you get on Blade Binge. I'm assuming because there's no fees in the Knife Yard Sale. He is a trusted member of the community, of course. So if you've been wanting one of these, hit him up. He's got this one for sale. Looks sweet. And it's a 3.2, not the 2.9. So it's the square body. If you've been looking for it, go get it. All right. We're going to get back to the pocket check. I just thought I'd shout that out. Where were we? All right. Here we go. Tom Cook's got the Devo Stout V2 and a 3D printed box cutter with side open close. Nice, man. Devo Stout. People love it. People love it. Can't find them anymore for a very good reason. Kind of like the Devo Tallboy. They just all sold out. Stayed sold out. It's a good design. Here's a fun fact. Did you guys know that when Lefty and Colin started Devo, it started with Lefty giving Colin a hand-drawn picture of the Devo Stout on like a napkin. And Colin's like, I can make that into something really cool. And then they did. That's freaking cool, man. That's just really cool. Origin story. It was in the initial cut on my Devo Saloon video, which is the most recent content that I have up. But I cut it out because it messed with the flow of the review. But it's a cool origin story. This knife originally started as a hand-drawn picture on a napkin. That's crazy. Drinkwater's also got a new titanium Hawk Talon. Damn, dude. Spyderco McD. Very nice. Jim Miller. Jim's got the Kaiser Kobold. I haven't seen you whip out the Kobold in a hot minute. You got a full Kaiser carry today. The Kaiser Banish, the Kaiser Groom. There you go, dude. I like it. Louie's got the Something Obscene Company Neemly Cleaver. I want to say that's the newer version, the newer edition. I'm not sure about this Hawksbill one. I'm not sure. I know that's also from something obscene. I don't recognize that model. I didn't know they even did a Hawksbill. It's cool, man. And then this one is the mini J Cape. Solid. Let's go. Fred's got the V knives. Hold on. Did I skip one? I think I did. Hold on. I may have skipped multiple on accident. There we go. Louis. What is that? Ooh, the Kirby Lambert Rain? That's not a Lambert Rain, is it? Is it? No. I reviewed a Lambert Rain. It was a Caviso exclusive. It was a long time ago. This is going to bother me. Kirby Lambert Rain. Is it? Did I forget? This is basically the knife that I reviewed. But they these were kind of a limited run through Caviso. I don't think any of them are still in stock. I think they're all sold out. They weren't super high priced either, but really good looking knife. Based off his custom too. Yeah, they're all sold out. Damn, dude, that's kind of a flex right there. Nobody has these anymore. I never see these anymore. This is the one that I reviewed. The purple one. Purple, dark matter purple carbon fiber. Is that the same one? Is it? Is it? I think so. I think that's the Kirby Lambert Rain. This other one, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on this guy. I'm a peasant. You have to cut me some slack. I'm not sure about this other one. That one looks like a Lambert Rain. Yep. Hey, I could have just scrolled down. Should have just scrolled down. All right, Rebel Rouser. What do we got? Riot Mantis, Blackbird, Crackle, Fixie, Jack Wolf, Big Bro, 50 Ways Hank, SK EDC Knuckle, Short Face Leather Wallet and Slip. There you go. This is what I'm talking about. I keep seeing these Riot Mantis knives. They must be good. Lynch Northwest. That's the All Access Pass, right? Yeah. The Lynch Northwest All Access Pass. I've been thinking about picking one of those up. And here we go, Fred. Fred's got the V-Knives Forte version 4 subliner lock, the Brandon Corbin Aria with dragon skin Damascus. Ooh. That must be this the dragon skin Damascus. That's not a finish you see a whole lot on knives. I hear that it's very difficult to do. I don't even calling it a finish isn't right because it's not a finish. It's like a my understanding of it is very plebeian. I want to say that's a forging process, just like any other Damascus. Steve's got the M16 Tri-State giveaway win and Oz Long John pen. I forgot that they did pens. I know a lot of knife companies will do a run of pens to help fund the cost of the milling machine. I know that's what Machine Wise did, and I've heard that other companies do that too. But it is kind of cool to have the option for a super premium small batch pen because they last forever. Like they last forever. Just replace the ink. Why not? I'm so far behind on the friggin' chat. Blade Cheer says that dark blue Protean on Blade Binge is fire. 1 of 1, 2200 though. A little too rich for my blood, man. A little too rich for my blood. Hold on. People have popped in, and I haven't said hi to everybody. All right. Hey, welcome in. Chasing the Apex says, I just discovered the Orlock today, and I'm sad I have to wait till it gets here. Yeah, I've heard good things about the Orlock. That's the concept Orlock, right? Gabe says, got to thinking if you were to put a ceramic razor blade in that 3D printed utility knife, it becomes NPE friendly. Really? I mean, you might be onto something there. The thing about ceramic blades is they're really hard to sharpen. Not impossible. Outdoors 55 did prove that you can sharpen them. But they are harder to sharpen. And apparently they don't ever get back to the same edge they had when they were brand new. Knife Nut says, I'll have to carry my shipwreck rain tomorrow. Dude, seeing that in the pocket check, I had an opportunity to buy one, and I didn't. I borrowed one from Caviso to review on my channel, and they offered to let me buy it, but I didn't. I sent it back, and I'm kind of kicking myself for it. I should have just bought it. Anyways, paperclip. Paperclip's got... Ooh, that's the... why am I struggling with this one? I reviewed this knife. Man, it's been a day. It's got an 80-10, of course. Cold Steel 80-10. I shouldn't be struggling with this. I have one. I like it. It's a good knife. It's been a long day, guys. Knife Nut 69. American Blade Works slip joint. There you go. It's got a Nice Guy Machine Company pry bar. It's looking sweet. And is that... No. I know that's an 80... Okay. I'm glad the American Blade Works slip joint is there for size reference. Because I was about to say that's not one of the triple X ones, right? What else is throwing me off? These are the rock scale design critter scales. No. Yes. Critter scales. This is rock scales updated milling. And when I say updated, I mean it's their most updated milling. They used to do a true dragon scale milling, and then they changed their milling machine. They lost the programming for the true dragon scales that look closer to this. Look closer to this. And this was their answer for that, because they had to program in a new pattern. They couldn't go back to the old one. Or at least that's what they told me when I asked them. 80-20 with rock scale hardware. I don't think that's a slim. There's just what's throwing me off is the blade shape, because there's a swedge up top. I don't know. I know I'm missing something on this knife, but it looks like an 80-20. Rob, what's up, Rob's Nerdy Knives? I think I already said hey. He's got a Numb Knife Works Cornerstone, live wire, and a transient 3.2 version 2. There you go. I dig it, man. I dig it. Michael Threlkeld, he's got... That's the compadre, right? The Kunwu compadre? I think? Yeah. This one is not one that I'm super familiar with. I'm not familiar with this one. Is that a Vanguard knife? Not familiar with this one either. You gotta help me out, dude. Help me out. Skull's got... Man, you guys are killing me right now. This one is... Yeah, I'm not familiar with either of those either. That's a Kershaw, though. You got the American flag theme going on. Right on. Hey, guys, that's it. That's the end of the pocket check. Man, I struggled. I did. Man, it's been a night. I know. I may have caused some commotion in the chat talking about how American Blade Works could do a better job on their quality control, or just do it at all. Some people might be upset when I say that, but again, I don't care. This is a channel, this is a platform for me to talk about my opinions on knives. People don't have to agree, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. So if the chat got spicy and that made anybody uncomfortable, I'm sorry. That's never my intent, but that's not going to keep me from speaking my mind on these things, because if I can't do that, what am I even doing here? On that bombshell, guys, it's date night. It's Valentine's Day. I said it would be a short one. I said we'd be here for a good time, not a long time, and I meant it. I've got to get on with the rest of my Valentine's Day, but I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for spending a little bit of yours with me. So thank you for spending a holiday with me. We are planning on going live again on Wednesday, regular time, 8 p.m. Mountain, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. With that being said, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your weekend, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.